Hey everybody, Scroft here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Kinlaig, a map that I'm absolutely loving. Let me just 2 seconds. I know I shouldn't be recording and then just turning away from the microphone, but I just want to figure something out. I know I sound further away right now. This is episode 5. This will be coming out on Wednesday, so because I'm trying to figure out like when this video comes out. So this will be coming out on Wednesday, so the map is already out. That's what I was trying to figure out. The map is out. It's been out a full day, so it's day 2 of it dropping. So hopefully you're all playing with it, or playing on it with me. Now, I want to test something out before we get into the episode. I've just read the comments from episode 2 because I'm obviously recording these in advance, and someone said like multiple times on that video, people have asked, like, does that mean you can only hold 2 types of crop? And I thought, why did my brain not even think to check that out? Like, surely, you know, I'd recognize that maybe it only holds 2. So we're going to test it out quickly. I mean, you guys have probably already tried this out because it's been out for a day or 2, but I will respond back on the video and make it less confusing. But we're going to put in, there you go. So it does only hold 2 crop types. Now, I don't mind that. I think some people might mind that, but I don't mind that at all because there's 2 bays. You can only hold 2 types of grain because of it. So it makes you, we're more restricted now. I actually think that's pretty cool. So I am going to respond to them comments and let everyone know that yes, it only holds 2 types in the silo. How cool is that? Right, so I've just replied to them comments. So if you're like watching this on Wednesday and just got a comment on Sunday, a reply, you know, I just did it and I'm well ahead at the moment, which is, you know, a little bit confusing. But no, I had to test that and I thought I can't wait until Wednesday for everyone to see it because you probably tested that out yourself, and I think that's super cool. And one of the comments said that's actually game changing, like one, you know, that might be one of the best things that we've seen in FS25, and I have to say it is game changing because how cool is it if you're using like a British style grain shed, you know, when we store it in a shed, not in a silo, you can tip it into something that looks like a silo, but at the same time you can have the option of both, can't you? You can take it out from the silo with the, you know, with the pipe on the other side, but you've also got the option for it to store in the grain shed, and you can tip it in there and manually unload it if you wanted to, or you can use the pipe. It's just having that convenience. I think that's a big positive, and I think it shows that whoever's done that knows British farming and knows British maps, and I'll just leave it there. It's a big positive. But anyway, let's focus on this episode. We're going to take this back. I really need all the tractors for this one. We're going to be doing some grass silage. We're also going to be using the new spreader. Check that out. I'm actually looking forward to trying that out and seeing what it's about because it's got an interesting kind of like spread to it. It's yeah, we'll try it out anyway, and I'll show you what I've done. I've just taken a load of logs to the sawmill as you've seen, so we don't need to worry about that. Pretty much chopped down all the trees bar 3, and I've sorted them out into groups now so we can just collect them and keep taking them. So that side of it's done. We need to get a couple more of the collectibles, the bottles, but I'm just trying to figure out if this is episode 5. That means I think by the end of this episode we'll have collected 10 out of the 12, so we're getting close. So that's good to see. So yeah, we'll be able to find out the secret or what's going on. And then up in that field just above there, I've got a tractor waiting with a windrow on, and we're going to get a worker doing some mowing whilst we go and sort out the lime in our crop fields. That is my plan. So mainly focusing on more the arable side in this one, and doing a bit of feed as well for the cows that we've got. Yeah, last few episodes have been our logistic company, which is Scroft Scotland Logistics. So that's what we've been focusing on mainly. Oh, I also took all the onions except what's in that trailer load there, which is not a full trailer load, but pretty much all the onions have gone into the production to turn them into either salt, so onion salt, or the soup, or we've also got the onion rings. Now, the onion rings I have actually got going as well because I decided to buy 10,000 litres of the production, which I'll just show you, of the sunflower oil. So we're not going to worry about doing sunflowers this time. I think there's no point in me doing an oil like, an episode on doing sunflower oil because it is part of the base game and there's no oil mill on the map. So we'd have to place one down. It just seems a little bit more of a task. So I thought no point in doing that. Let's just get some, sunflower oil. We can buy it in. Same when we make the fish food, we can buy it in. So as long as we've got soybeans and some flour, which we hopefully are going to get, we can just buy in the sunflower oil, which is what I've done here. I've bought 10,000 litres, put it into the production. And with the 98,000 litres of onions sitting in there already, we've now got 3 things activated, which is the onion rings with the sunflower, and then onion salt and onion soup. So loads of onions. We are, we stink right now because of the amount of onions that are going on. But yeah, stonemason's going. We got that distributing from the quarry now. So the big stones should be going directly into the stonemason to create these that are storing. And then when we've got them, we can collect them. So there's less kind of transporting currently because we're distributing from there to there. And this one, we don't need to go and get like sunflower oil. So really, we need to pick up stuff from this place, pick up stuff from the sawmill, pick up stuff from the fish food and this one. So there's still a lot going on there, but it's not as bad as, we saved ourselves a little bit of time on that one. So that's not bad at all. But yeah, this episode, we're going to get this sorted out, these fields. We just have a quick look. You can see these two are mulched, which is going to be showing. There we go. For some reason, it didn't show us. You can see how we started there, but we decided to plough after it. So that's all done. 2 plough fields, 2 mulched fields. We're going to start seeding in as soon as possible, but we currently can only seed in wheat because of the crop calendar that's on this one. Wheat is the only one that's got the planting season. We did want to do sunflowers, but I think what I'm going to do is 2 fields of sugar beet. Maybe we can carry on a production path and make some sugar. I've never actually done that with sugar beets. We're going to do soybeans, and I think that's going to be it, really. We can just do some soybeans and some wheat and some sugar beets. So one of each. So 1 field of wheat, 1 field of soybeans, 2 fields of sugar beet, and I think that should be good enough. I'm liking the root vegetable crop side of things, but the onions is a bit of a task, so probably wouldn't want to do too many of them fields currently. Even though the money looks good, I'm quite happy with it. I think if we move it over to going back to the productions here, I know I'm properly annoying you, I know, faffing about, but if we go to this side, you can see that we can take red beets, but we can't take sugar beets, but we'd have to place down a sugar mill, wouldn't we, to turn it in to some sugar. But I'd like to see how that turns out, because sugar beets is actually good money as a crop on its own, and you get a lot of it, so we should get a lot of sugar from it as well. We'll have to see. I don't know if it spawns out in 1,000 litres, that might be a bit of a pain. I'm pretty certain there might be a mod that changes the kind of standard pallets from 1,000 to 5,000. So that might be a good thing to try out. Anyway, right, enough faffing about. That's still ticking along. It's quite slow, to be honest, but the last episode when I stopped, it's only actually been about an hour in-game. I'm literally recording this straight after I ended the last one. I went through some comments and then started it off, so yeah, it's not been long, but like it's about a day into it, and we've had this much in a day. So what's that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So it's saying like 24 hours in-game, we've had 12,000 litres processed back, but we're losing a little bit, aren't we? So, I mean, for packaging, I think it probably should be a little bit faster, maybe more cycles, but it's not too bad. I mean, I'd love to be able to edit that, but because it's part of the DLC, we can't touch anything. Can't edit anything. One thing I know for certain I would edit is this guy. Now, I just put him somewhere, like in the woods, out the way or something. Just move his location, because looking through the window at me is a strange one. It's a strange one. To be honest, it's a weird one how they follow you as well. Like, no matter where you're looking, they follow you. I get why that happens, but we've all played games like Fallout and stuff like that, where there's NPCs that you interact with. Normally, they turn as soon as you interact with them, whereas he is always staring. He's always there. Look at him. He sees everything. Anyway. Oh, God. Right. We're going to do some mowing. We're going to get this setup going. I thought this was the best one because there's not much new stuff in the DLC when it comes to feed and mowing and grass work and stuff like that. So I thought I'd just go with this setup, put this onto the New Holland, get the work going, then we'll try out some grass silage bales. The only thing new on this side is this 520 RC Roland, this class baler. So we're going to try that out. And yeah, we're going to just keep it simple. We are going to be focusing mainly, though, on the lime spreading over here. I want to do that. And we will do the baling as well. So we'll get the mowing and the rowing done by the worker whilst we're doing the lime spreading. When it gets to the baling, we can get in the field and do that. And then I might just be a bit cheeky and use the Corsair feature to wrap bales, because it's such a nice feature that is. I'm honestly gobsmacked that this tractor, for its size, has 359 horsepower. That's base game, that's unedited. Now, if New Holland actually did that with these tractors, that's pretty impressive for the size that they are. Definitely. I mean, it can haul this setup without an issue. So let's make our way to the grass field. It's actually a nice location for the grass field. You drive up on the path and you can see a little bit higher up. It's not a bad location at all. So, let's get the mowing done. I think I'll start him off and then worry about doing the rowing after, because I might not even need the row with this. Might be able to actually drop it out. Let's just turn her on. Turn this on. Unfold it first. There we go. Now we can do it. Drop it down. Turn it on. Yeah, it might just drop out quite nicely here where we can pick up rows. So this might have been a waste of money again for leased equipment, but we'll see. I think one headland should be good. I don't want to do steering assist though. What am I doing? That's what we want to do. We want to go from there and off you go. Yeah, I mean, if we don't need the row, I'll leave it there. Let's just actually quickly look at the grass texture. Now, I don't know, because I changed the texture of... See, this is going to be confusing now, because in the base game files, I've changed the texture of the fresh grass. That's like how it looks when it's mowed. I've also changed the texture of cut grass, so it looks more yellow. The ground, this is, not the grass, the ground. So this yellow texture on the ground might be a bit misleading for you, because you might not see that. It might be drawing from, or who knows, this could be a texture. I'd have to check and ask out the question to Giants. Because, yeah, I know that grass texture. I'm pretty certain that grass texture is my texture that I've put in. It definitely looks like it. But I do like... Yeah, I do like the ground texture, but I'm pretty certain that might be one that I've put in. Yeah, I'd have to, like I said, I'd have to check just to be certain. I don't want to say it's yellow when you cut it, because I personally think it should be, because most, you know, when you've done a bit of mowing in grass fields, the ground does go yellow, because it doesn't really get as much, that bottom layer. It's always a little bit more yellow, isn't it, for a bit, and then it will green up after when it's got the sunlight on it again. I think the grass texture is somewhat new. The cut one looks new, doesn't it? That definitely looks new, because it's really distinct when you've cut grass in FS25. So I think the cut grass texture looks new to me, how it's got like them kind of folded bits at the top. You see them? I'll try and zoom in on a section where you can see they look like bent over tiny bits of grass. That is not what I'm used to. Like, I'm used to seeing just a fresh cut kind of look to it. I actually think both look nice. I've got no issue with them. I've no preference on them. I don't mind this at all, but I didn't mind the other one. There was one though, and it's the first growth stage. It was probably one of the worst grass textures I've seen in a long time, because it was so patchy. The gaps in between, like that's why I'm jumping up and down, were massive. So I increased the density of them and it sorted that out. So then it wasn't an issue at all. I would like to see more dandelions and things like that in the grass, because, yeah, most of the time you see something like that popping about the place. And, with people growing things like herbal lay now and stuff like that, they're designed to have loads in, to be honest. And then the yellow, and then you know, when you're going to mow them, they turn to white as well. So it's nice to have them two contrasts in your grass field just before mowing and as you're mowing. So maybe it'd be cool to see that. But yeah, I'd like to look at these grass textures a bit more, because this one is definitely new. I've pointed this out. This is the meadow. Like, that's the planted grass, which is why when you jump into the map, you'll see it in this section as, let's just jump up. If you go to there, you'll see it. So 35 is this green colour, which is grass. Now, that's not meadow grass. That is kind of like the grass that we are designed to go into fields to chop. I might be able to find in the construction menu here now. If we just go to our plants, we might be able to just have a bit of a mess about here, just to show you the difference between the two, because the mod I'm using should show everything. So we've got wild sorrel, we've got ginger, small dense mix. There's loads of different types you can see that have been used in the design of this map. Normally these wouldn't all be in, because I've got this mod called All Decorative Foliage, which is a mod on Model, by the way. I think it's PC only, because it probably is a script mod. So yeah, keep that in mind, it's PC only, but it gives you the option to place down all the stuff, all the foliage items that have been used in GE when the map was being created. So we've got quite a lot here. So we've got cut grass. So that's a cut grass texture that's been used. So that's nice to look at. Maybe that's like in certain areas and gardens and stuff. Then you've got your daffodils. You've got your dandelion, which looks like grass and dandelion. Like, I'd like to see if I could place that down everywhere and then try to mow it. Would it act like grass? So that's worth testing out. Then we've got meadow grass, which is the grass that's already down, but it's just not as fully grown. So what I'll do is I'll keep a bit here so you can see the difference when it's fully grown. And what we want to find, this one's called grass cluster. And then you've got, so this is the higher. And you've got some more meadow grass here, which is the one that's built into the base game. So that's the one that's built into, like, so that's the one you would definitely have if you were playing right now without this mod. To place, yeah, that's the grass you can paint down. That is the traditional bush that you see out in the Highlands. It turns really brown in the winter, but in the right time it's quite picturesque and purpley, and so that's that. I'm just trying to see if I can see like planted grass, basically, not meadow. So that's a thicker meadow grass, isn't it? You've got needles and everything, like branches. This, honestly, this, if you've not got this mod, you definitely get the mod, especially if you build your own farms, because it allows so much customization. And it's one of the best mods I've seen. For me, who does the farmhand, like coming to FS25, this is going to be a game changer, because to put all the foliages as paintable in-game from G, like say I did it on Court Farm, it used to take me ages to bring that over. So now it's just all done with this mod. So I haven't got this grass texture, this actual planted grass texture, so I can't show you that, but I can show you like this meadow grass fully grown. You can see it's got grass that's gone to head. And then if you look here, just this little patch here, you can see it's still got like the head bits of the grass, but it's smaller. And then this is a nice cut grass texture that's been used somewhere on the map, because that's definitely not the same as this one. Definitely not. But they are an improvement. The daffodils, the dandelions, they look really nice. Even the nails. So, yeah, again, great customization. You can never fault that. So, definitely check out that mod. There's also one that's for ground textures as well. So, it's not just the foliage, it's ground textures. So, yeah, go check them out if you haven't, and it'll give you all the options like that. Right, so now we're going to mess about with this agri spread. The AS2100 SCS. Now, it's this bit on the side. You can see, I'll show it off in a minute that comes out. That's going to be interesting to try out. But yeah, both of these items, the tractor and this, are part of the... oh, I don't actually see it drop out of that. But yeah, these are part of the Highlands DLC, so can be used. I have placed down that silo, just thought it'd make my life a little bit easier. And as you can see, this holds 9,000. So if we just close that off, I think he might be finishing the mowing soon because he didn't have much left, did he? Oh, look, and we don't need a windrow, so I'm just going to jump into the baler that I've set up over there. We've got the new baler that is part of the DLC on the older JCB, so we can come to that. But how about we do one field first with this and then go from there? It's going to be interesting. Yeah, I do like this spreader, I have to say. I think it's a good addition. It's something different, and it's not just like a carbon copy. You know how sometimes you jump on ModHub and there's a load of 3-meter mulchers or cultivators, and they pretty much all do the same, look the same. But this is definitely different because of this on the back. This looks like a... I don't even know what that looks like, to be honest. It's like some kind of reflecting board. It like reflects off maybe the lime or the solid fertilizer as it's dropping out to maybe be more, I don't know, would it be more, it probably would be more efficient as it's dropping down, and I don't know, we'll find out what it does in a second. But let's go 2 headland passes. I mean, it looks like it's wider though, so yeah, basically it's stopping it from going forward, so it is like a reflective thing that's bouncing it back. So it's pretty much that straightforward, that simple. But yeah, it's something different, and it's doing a good job. Just expensive, I think that's the thing. Most of these things are really expensive, so if you start from scratch, it takes a while to kind of work up to that. Yeah, and that brings me to something I've been thinking of recently. What my initial plan before I started playing on Kinlaig and making my videos was to do a mini-series and then, you know, go back to Saxonham. But I actually think it might be really difficult for me to go back to Saxonham right now because I'm really enjoying this map. I think it looks really good, and I'm enjoying the gameplay of it, and I'm enjoying the farm layout, and I like the customization to it of what I can add in. So I was going to ask the question to anyone watching this video right now, what do you think I should do? Would you want me to go back to Saxonham and not just scrap it off and finish the series, or would you like me to try and do 2 series, like Saxonham and this, and make this a proper series? Because I would have to start a new save game after we've tested all the things out and had a look at everything. Because, you know, I'd want to play a realistic livestock mod, and I'd want to play my normal way. And I probably would start from scratch in a way, because of the fact I can build my own farmhouse, and I'd find a patch of land with a tractor, do some logging, because it's Scotland after all. You know, logging's a massive part of their industry. So yeah, maybe you start from scratch somewhere in the woods, and we try and build up, play on normal difficulty, not to make it too crazy, so it doesn't have to be hard, but you know, we start off with the bare minimum and build our equipment and place down the custom sheds and things like that we've got. I think that would be the way that I'd want to go. So let me know in the comment section, would you like to see a series like that? Almost like a survival, but we'll find something different about it, but not just a standard one. Maybe like ones where we can start off small but can expand. It doesn't have to be like small equipment or anything. It's just to do with the fact we're building our own homestead out in the middle of Scotland and doing some agriculture. So yeah, let me know in the comment section. Would you want me to jump straight to that, or do Saxonham and that, knowing that if I do that, there's going to be less videos a week of each series? It's going to be like more diluted, so I'd have to say if I did like 2, it'd be 1 of each, for example, instead of 2 on one series. So keep that in mind and just let me know in the comment section. I'll take a look and try and figure out what to do, because I am now in a good way so a bit stuck. I'm like, yeah, do I carry on, or do I, you know, do a new series on this one?
Worries just keep growing by the day. I need a moment where the green and blue appear, to spin a rock and watch the ricochet. To the river we go, leave our worries on the shore and drift away. On the river we know, sometimes the said you could change your mind when you're intertwined with the water and the waves. As I grow older, well, that boat I'll never sail. It works better than the pills the doctor gave. And with that old fishing pole, I still catch them by the bucketful. The kids are helping on the grill and sneak a taste. To the river we go. Leave our worries on the shore and drift away. On the river we know. Sometimes the perfect words are never said. You could change your mind when you're intertwined with the water and the waves. Find this place before you end your days. And if you see me out there, wave hello.
Right, welcome back everybody. Have you noticed something's a bit strange here? I actually haven't got a clue. Honestly, haven't got a clue. But if I try and drive over the row, it doesn't pick it up. It just kind of picks some of it up, but not all, which is weird. However, if I drive to the side of it, it picks it up. Now, I don't know if this is because I'm using a few mods. It could be my doing. Like, I could try this out, no mods on, and it'll work fine, this new baler. I know the other balers work because I've already used the Creative Mesh one, the square baler, and yeah, that worked fine. So I'm not sure what's going on here. It does look like the pickup's off a little bit, and it just needs adjusting. It's probably an easy fix. You can see that it's only on the left side. Now, I have got a mod that makes all pickups a little bit wider so you don't miss bits on the edge. It doesn't have too much of an impact. If you drive over the centre, you're just picking up a little bit either side. So that shows to me that it's not that mod that's at fault, because if it was, it would have picked it up on the right side. But really, the pickup is on the left side of it, as you can see. So I think it just needs an adjustment. And remember, this version that content creators like myself are playing on is still getting updated. In fact, I had an update today for this DLC patch, so hopefully by the time Wednesday comes, well, in fact, when you're watching this, there might be maybe another update that's fixing things like this. But with anything like this, if it gets reported, it'll get fixed relatively quick. Giants have actually done one thing this time round, which is pump out a load of patches and fixing things. I mean, do you remember when rows used to just pop in and out, which they don't do anymore, luckily? So they do fix it. It can be a bit of a nightmare for modders though, because, you know, every time it's a new version of GE, every time they've got to probably do some like changes or edits to the mod and update the mod itself. So it can be a nightmare for there we go. Yeah, it can be a nightmare for modders. So I understand that that's a pain when they constantly update the game. But yeah, I mean, even this, you know, it's just a strange one, isn't it? Because it's the new baler, but the pickup's not bang on. Again, don't want to 100% confirm that. It looks that way. But if I'm using, like, if I take all my mods off and it works fine, then there's obviously a mod issue, which, again, can happen because it is a DLC that's only just dropped. So it can be a problem. But anyway, it's not, you know, it's not breaking it. It's still, we can still use it. We just have to drive a bit offset to it. Right, how's he getting on in that field down there? It looks like he's either stopped because he's finished. So that's not bad. We may as well set him going in the next one. So we're going to go for 23. And that's the third out of 4 that's going to be lime spread. I mean, we should really go and fill this up, but I'm in the field now, so we may as well just crack on with it and just get this sorted out, the baling. We need to get the wrapping done, and we can take over then and finish off with the spreading. Come on, there we go. So I've gone with a black wrap on this, but just go with the basic standard black wrap. And we've actually got a lot of bales come off. 125. They're on 125 in diameter. That baler does not do any bigger bale sizes. So they are set for 5,000 litres for me, though. That's just because I made an edit to the bale sizes. So standard size is 3.5. But it's definitely not 3.5. Right, so let's get the ball rolling on this. Oh, I am going to use Courseplay, though. If it allows me. Should do. Bale collect. Bale collect and wrap. That's what we want. It's got 25 bales left in the field to do. It should drive around now on its own. And sort that out. Fingers crossed, anyway. Yep, looks good to me. So what we can do is get rid of that. And then go over here. And we can take over. But what we can do is turn on steering assist. And go from there. I will just carry on now until it empties. We'll get this limed up. We'll sort the pH out in it. This one, as you can see, it's got a few weird patches along the way. I don't know what's gone on there, but it does look a little bit strange. Because I know Precision Farming's got a couple of settings that are strange in itself, but I've got both of these off. So it's definitely not going to be that that's causing that for me. Can I set the steering assist to 1 headland? That's probably better. And then what I'll do is I might just follow this round and head back up because it's going to empty and we need to refill.
Stop this, get right. Stop this, get right.
That is all the bales wrapped up thanks to the helping hand from Courseplay. So we've done pretty well there, haven't we? Got plenty of salvage bales that's going to last us out. Each one of them's 5,000 litres, so I just need to... In fact, I think there is one up there that he's missed. Probably because it wasn't in the field boundary. I think that's the only one I can see. I can definitely see... Oh no, there's another one here. So he's missed 2. Bloody hell, that was right in front of me as well. Yeah, let's get these 2 sorted out. We don't want to miss out on a few bales, do we? Especially only 2 of them, but 2 makes a difference. And then we're going to have to find a way of collecting them all, but that's a problem for the next episode. And I've got the worker doing the last field as well for the lime spreading, so filled up and yeah, last one, and then we should be done. But yeah, plenty of bales out in this field, plenty. We need to get 2 more bottles though before we end the episode. We're going to sort that out straight away. Got 2 more bottles. So let's leave that there. Happy days. Let's just go check how he's getting on in the field. He should have plenty. Near enough done. Pretty much on the final headland pass there. So, not too bad with that. Let's just check the field. Up here, precision farming. Yeah, bloody hell, that one definitely needed a lime in comparison to the other ones. Definitely did need a bit of lime on that one. So before we get the next 2 messaging of bottles, I'll show you this. Because this is where I'm at with the logs now. So I've got a pile there to take. Plenty of good ones as well. Then I've got a smaller pile here. And I'm trying to see if just trying to figure out if I left any stumps. Yeah, I got this pile here to take as well. They're all 6 meters, and you can see they're perfectly done now because I got the, yeah, finally activated the right mod to help me with that, the Forestry Helper mod by Farm Sim Tim. And then, yeah, 3 trees left to go, and that's all. So, it shouldn't be too bad. These ones are a bit of a pain. I have to chop the top off with these ones because these the beech trees, sorry, while they look good, they're a bit of a nightmare to trim through because the good thing about this one here, this pine tree, is you can just send up a... Yeah, you can just go up with a chainsaw and it'll get rid of the branches pretty much just straight away. And then this pine tree is the same. And then with the spruce as well, it's the same. So it's only these beech trees that are a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. But it works in the end. Right, let's go find the next 2 messenger bottles and see where we're at. I think we've got 4 left. So I'm having a look to see, but I can only count 3 dots on the map. Unless we're missing 1. It's just not showing us. It exists, but it's not showing us. We've got 1 here, and 1 here. So, oh, there's there. That's it. So there's the 4th one. So if we leave these 2 and tackle these ones here, that should be spot on. So let's go to this here. We'll visit the bakery. I do think them seagulls are pretty cool. Like, imagine, I know I've mentioned it already, but imagine if we can get it following after you're ploughing or something. How cool would that be? Right, so it should be somewhere in front of us soon. There you go. That's the next one. So we've got 9, so there is 3 left. That's it. So this guy is Alistair, the new character that I haven't actually spoke with at all.
Good to see you, pal. Fisher Deuce. What brings you to these parts?
Fair point. What he said. Where's the bottle? There's the bottle. So there we go. 2 more left and we know where they are. So in the next episode we'll get them, last 2, and we'll see what happens after we get all the collectibles. I'm hoping we get a bit of money for it, because normally you pick up a bit each time, or like maybe a massive or a bigger amount at the end when you've got them all. So we'll have to see what happens. But on that note, I'm going to leave it there. So thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, give it a thumbs up for me. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more videos just like this one on Farming Simulator. See you, everybody.